Let's create this cool speed meter overlay in Davinci Resolve for DJI drone footage. Recently, I had access to DJI drone footage and noticed that each footage also has an SRT file included. The SRT file contains interesting metadata about the footage. It contains timestamps, camera details, and location data. Let's use this data to create a Fusion overlay. First thing we need to do is to convert the SRT file to a more workable format. I found this excellent DJI SRT Viewer tool on the internet. Basically, it allows you to upload the SRT file, and after processing, it visualizes the data in the SRT file. It's actually pretty cool. You can play back the flight data in a very visual way and has quite a lot of other options. The option that I'm more interested in is the CSV export. This will generate a CSV file with the data from the SRT file. When we take a quick look at the generated CSV file, we got all the pieces of data in nice columns. Now that we have the data in a structured manner, let's explore how we can utilize this in Davinci Resolve. After some digging, I found out that reading and parsing a CSV file is not going to be simple. However, reading a Lua array from file was something that Resolve supports out of the box. Initially, I started out in Excel to convert the speed values to a Lua array. But this meant that I had to go to the DJI SRT Viewer website each time, convert the SRT file to a CSV file, import this in Excel and export it to a Lua array. Being lazy, I created a quick tool to convert the SRT file directly into a Lua array. Let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in this tool. The Lua array contains for each frame the actual speed. We can now use this in Fusion directly to show the speed. Let's switch to Resolve and create a new Fusion clip. I'm going to start by creating the dial first. I'll add a background node followed by an ellipse node. This creates a filled circle. I'll change the color of the background node to white to get a white filled circle. In the ellipse node, I'll turn off the solid checkbox and give it a border width to create a circle outline. To make sure that the ellipse will always stay a circle, I'll right-click on the height, choose expression and link it to width. This way, changing the width auto-updates the height and we always have a perfect circle. Beautiful. To turn it into a dial, I'm going to set the length to -0.75 and the position to 0.62. This gives a nice begin and end point for the meter dial. Let's add a background node and merge our dial on top of it by using a merge node. Now we have our meter on a black background. We have created the background of the dial. We now also need to show the actual value in the dial. To do that, I'm going to copy the ellipse and paste an instant copy. This means that all the properties of this node are linked to the original. I can add another background node and then use the instant copy as a mask. Finally, let's merge this on top. As the last background color was black, we get this cancelling effect. Let me change the color of the background node to a different color. For clarity, I'm also going to change the name of the instant ellipse to CurrentSpeed. For this ellipse node, I'm going to de-instance the border width and the length. I'll increase the border width, and when I now adjust the length, you get the point. It acts like an indicator. Now I want to control this length with a percentage. To do that, I'll right-click on the node and choose Edit Controls. We'll add a control called percentage. Type will be number, it will be in the controls page and with a range to 0 to 100. For the control type, we'll use slider control and press OK to add it. We now have a percentage control which goes from 0 to 100. This is going to control the length, so on the length field I'll use the following expression. -0.75 divided by 100 times the percentage. When I now move the percentage slider, notice the line length auto-adjusts. Pretty cool. I'm going to add another control to it called ActiveSpeed. Again, as a number, under controls, and in the range I'm going to specify the minimum speed and the maximum speed. Cool, we now have a slider for the speed. I'm going to link the percentage to the active speed by creating an expression. Active speed divided by the maximum speed, which was 31, times 100. This will map the speed to a percentage, which then drives the meter. And now comes the cool part. Instead of manually animating the active speed, we can use the Lua table we created earlier. This Lua file needs to be in your Documents folder under Blackmagic Design Davinci Resolve Fusion. I'm going to paste the expression and will share it in the description, but basically this expression reads the text file as an array and then uses the frame number in the composition to look up the value in the array. Notice now how the dial automatically adjusts to the change in the timeline. Pretty cool. To see the actual value, we can create a text node and set an expression to get the text from the active speed property. By using the string.format function, we can specify how much fractional digits we want to see in the text. In this example, I'm using a single digit after the decimal separator. And there you have it. Let's quickly finish this up and switch to the edit page. I can now move this Fusion clip on top of another layer and position it as needed. Based on this, you can create different kind of meters. For example, a horizontal gauge or a vertical gauge. You can use other parameters from the SRT file to drive these meters. Pretty cool. Hope you liked this video and thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons before you leave, and until the next video.